The Park. Best played in a dark room wearing headphones. I think this game was approximately just under 2 hours to play through from start to finish.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Where's Mr. Bear?
I haven't seen Mr. Bear, Callum. Stay in the car. I'll go and ask information.
So you just come from there? I'm in control now. I can't run or anything?
Attention, patrons. The park is now closed. Please make your way to the car park at your earliest convenience. Employees prepare the park for shutdown.
I'll press left button to interact with objects.
Callum was born the day this place opened. This is his favorite place in the world.
Atlantic Island Park. But hey, I wasn't walking in that direction.
What?
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son's teddy bear. Hey, stop! I think your boy just ran into the park. I'll unlock the gates for you.
Hang on a minute. How did he get in there then?
Wait for Mommy, Callum!
Over here.
Reminds me of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Okay, so you go up the...
There's something special about the entrance to an amusement park. A line drawn between the real world and the world of whimsy within. On this side, the apathy of our everyday lives. And on the other, anything we might dare to dream. It's no wonder Callum ran back inside. I wouldn't want to leave either.
Attention employees, the park is now closed. Have a safe journey home.
What's happening? Oh, it's night time. I got a feeling I is staying.
Oh God. The park. What happened here? It's easy to get lost here.
Well, there's the entrance, Sideshow Alley. There's a roller coaster, bumper cars, a house of horrors, ton of tales, Octotron, and the Ferris wheel. Too dark.
You can't catch me.
Callum! Where did you go?
That's the House of Horrors. Examine.
Chad the Chipmunk, huh?
Chipmunk.
Just a drunk guy in a suit.
Chad the Chipmunk, worst in class. Chad can't even seem to pass. Chad gets angry, likes to fight. Chad is beaten every night. Chad will have a dead-end job. Chad will die a useless slob.
Callum? Where'd you go? What's this?
This way, Mommy.
Alright, the font on these notes is a bit hard. Can't zoom in.
Come to Mommy, Callum.
Come on, this way.
This is the start of something amazing. Tunnel of Tales.
Callum, stay where you are!
Come on, Mommy.
I'm going to go for a ride on the
Near a great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter, his wife and his 2 children. A boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel. They were very poor and had very little to bite or sup. What will become of us? The woodcutter asked his wife one night. I tell you what, husband, we will take the children into the thickest part of the forest tomorrow and abandon them there. No, my wife, I cannot do that, said the man. Then we will all 4 starve, you fool. Hansel and Gretel overheard their parents talking, and Gretel began to weep. Do not fret, Gretel, Hansel said. He crept out of the hut and gathered white stones from the ground to fill his pockets. The next morning, the woodcutter leads the children into the forest. Before they leave, their mother gives them a slice of bread and warns them that they will get no more food that day. Clever Hansel leaves a trail of white stones behind them as they pass into the woods. When their father leaves them, the children wait a while, then follow the trail back to their parents' house. After receiving a thorough scolding from their parents for getting lost in the woods, the children are sent to bed without any supper. Hansel tried to sneak out and collect more white stones, but found that the door was locked. Tomorrow I will take them into the woods myself, the wife told the woodcutter. In the morning, their mother gave them a slice of bread and led them deep into the forest once again.
Hello?
Hansel broke his bread into pieces and left a trail of breadcrumbs to lead them safely home. But hungry-eyed birds snatched up the breadcrumbs and his trail was destroyed. Abandoned by their parents and unable to find the trail home, the children wandered in the forest for 3 days. The children stumbled into a clearing with an exceedingly strange house. Its walls were made of gingerbread, and its windows were panes of clear sugar. Hansel, desperately hungry, ran forward and began to nibble on the walls. Nibble, nibble, little mouse. Who is nibbling at my house? An old woman emerged from the house, sniffing the air and peering around with cloudy eyes. Oh, you dear children, who brought you here? Just come in and stay with me. No harm will come to you. But Hansel and Gretel stayed back, for the old woman reminded them of their cruel mother. Come, children, don't be afraid. I have something for you. The old woman offered them 2 enormous lollipops. The children took them and began to eat. You see, nothing to fear here. Come inside, the old woman urged, and the children, still licking their sweets, followed. Once inside the house, the old woman changed. She stuffed Hansel into a cage and put Gretel to work, sweeping and cleaning her hut. Your brother will make a good mouthful, the old witch told Gretel. Once he is fattened up, I shall feast upon him.
That's a guy doing the witch's voice.
Time passed, and poor Hansel refused to eat, fearing the day that the witch would eat him. The witch, for her part, grew impatient. Today I will cook and eat your brother, Gretel. Climb inside and light the oven. But Gretel pretended not to understand. I do not know how. Where is the opening? Fool, the old witch said. The opening is here. And she moved to show Gretel. Seizing her courage, brave Gretel gave the witch a shove, and the old crone tumbled forward into the oven. Gretel slid a large iron bolt over the door to the oven. Gretel freed her brother Hansel, and together they lit a fire beneath the oven. And though she screamed and begged, the children sat by the oven until her screams had stilled, and the witch was cooked. And then, because even children can't survive on sweets, they divided up the body of the old witch and ate her.
Oh.
Hansel and Gretel. I used to read it to Callum when the electricity was shut off. Those poor children. The whole world against them. The forest, the birds, the old witch, even their own parents. I used to imagine that Callum and I were the kids in that story. Not mother and son, but brother and sister, hand in hand against the unkind world. We were always hungry, looking for our own house made of candy. Looking for the sweetness that could take the pain away. Hunger leads people to desperate, terrible places where the tree branches reach like claws. Another accident. This place.
Ah, this looks interesting.
Where are you? This old thing used to make the blood run to my head. Make me dizzy. The guy just snapped. Those poor kids.
Atlantic Island Park incident. We were waiting for our turn on the ride. Frank, me and the boys. This fellow in the chipmunk suit was making an ice carving while people took photographs. Lawrence wanted to go over to him, but I've always been a bit wary of those suits. They give me the creeps. It's silly, I know. Anyway, this chipmunk man, he was carving and picking away at the ice, and at first we thought he was making some animal, like a tiger or a lion. But as more and more ice fell away, when you first looked, it was like a human face smiling out of that block of ice. But the more you looked at it, the more you saw that there was something not quite right about the proportions. Something unnatural that made your heart begin to beat just a little bit faster. Like you were prey and that thing in the ice was a hunter. But then these teenagers walked up and one of them made a face at the carving and said something rude to the guy in the chipmunk suit. And then, well, he went berserk. Hang on, I thought the park was supposed to be closed for the night. I could go for a ride. Okay, but who's controlling the speed? Somebody in that. Somebody in there. Ah! What the? Look inside the cabin where the speed controls are. Yeah, there's somebody in there. I ain't riding that thing again. frustrated by the fact that the plans seem incomplete. I know as well as anybody that the rules of the game can be changed with enough money, but no matter how much money talks, it can't conjure up missing plans from thin air. I've tried contacting the organisation who sold me these plans, and they are stonewalling me. Every contact that I had, every meeting place that I have had watched or swept bare. I have a sinking feeling that I've been swindled. We've gone ahead with what we could find in the plans, regardless the harvesting machines, the transport mechanisms, etc. I'll probably let Nicholas name them something cute for the day we open the park. They will be rides after all. Well, no, she doesn't want to get her feet wet, so can't go over there.
Treachery hides in thoughts. Treachery that lashes like a whip and scars our insides. The first time I saw Callum, my thoughts betrayed me. I looked down at this wrinkled, red, bawling thing and I thought, is that it? We build our world from expectations, and the world that I had built for Callum was no different. He was so real, so there, and so far from my expectations. They shattered, and as they fell in pieces, that one treacherous thought became a new foundation. All of the love that we shared, all of the warmth and goodness that followed, built on a single, traitorous thought.
There's a page here. I thought working in the park for a summer would be a lot of fun, but the end of season here really drags. There aren't that many tourists around, and so most of the staff spend their days standing around gossiping. And most of that gossip is about Chad. I mean Steve. See, even if I'm starting to call him Chad, I went to school with the guy. It's that goddamn suit. In the beginning it was a laugh. Steve, the local luscious Chad the chipmunk, child-friendly mascot at Atlantic Island Park. Lock up your daughters and all that. But the more he wears that suit, the weirder Steve is getting. At first it was little things like refusing to change out of the suit at work and taking it home with him every day. But then I saw him at Susie's diner still wearing it, and it wasn't even a work day. Some of the staff complained discreetly to park management about the smell, and I saw him walking and talking with Mr. Winter, the owner, one day, but nothing seems to have changed. The suit still smells like a carcass whenever Steve walks by. And apparently Steve has picked up some new skills since the last time I saw him puking up in a gutter outside the Cycle station, because he sure as hell can carve a mean ice sculpture. Those shapes he makes in the ice, though, they give me the creeps. Steve came by the booth today, lucky me, and he just hung around for a while. I couldn't really tell because of the suit, but it seemed like he was just staring at me, sizing me up, whatever he was doing. I asked him what he wanted and he just stood there not saying anything. Eventually I called my supervisor, and when he came by, Chad, Steve wandered off. My supervisor told me to put everything in writing, so here it is. Also, I quit. I don't want to see that chipmunk suit ever again. Laura Henman. Okay, jump scare time.
Constant crashes and 80s music. Guess it floats someone's boat.
Oh, the bumper cars. Oh, I was hoping to be able to ride them. Wind's getting up a bit, I notice. This one's got power. Accident. Employee name is Francis Dufresne. 25th of October 1976. Job title and department, labourers working on the crane. Supervisor lead person Richard Stapleton. Witnesses Lawrence Creed, Michael Edgeworth. Brief description of the accident. During the transport of the bumper cars into the arena, one of the straps attaching the load to the truck came untied, causing a cascade of bumper cars onto Francis, who was standing directing the driver. Francis was crushed by the weight of the cars. Describe any injuries caused. Francis was killed. Yeah, that's a pretty serious injury. Did the injured employee see a doctor? Yes. If yes, did you file an employer's portion of a workers' compensation form? Yes. Supervisor's comments. Dexter, the truck driver, claims to have seen someone on the back of the load undoing the straps. Nobody else reported seeing that. The sheriff has requested that Dexter provide them with urine samples. There? What could have been done to prevent this accident? Double checking if the straps after transit should be mandatory, and drug screenings for all drivers. Have the unsafe conditions been corrected? No. Additional comments. The local labourers are very superstitious and this hasn't helped. Some of them are refusing to return to work until we have someone from the local church walk the park and exorcise the bad spirits. Huh? Well, there's something going on here, that's for sure. Something dissuade them. They have sent an inspector to investigate the incidents of the park. I've given him the grand tour and spoken about all of our safety upgrades, but he seems unconvinced. In this case, the park itself is working against me. This dour man has become more and more intolerable the more time he spends in the park. I've offered to pay for his stay in the Overlook Hotel to get him out of here. Seems to have made him even more paranoid. I don't think this man is going to allow Park to stay open. Steps are broken. Can't go that way.
It's a matter of public record that I am a failure as a mother. Once, when Callum was very small, I left him asleep in the car while I ran an errand. Don't even remember what it was. When I came back, the sheriff was standing next to the car, watching my boy through the window. I didn't like what I saw in his eyes. Judgment. He wrote me the ticket without saying a word. Just the scratch of his pen on the notepad. When he gave it to me, our eyes met. I know what you're going through. My daughter, Helen, she just gets some help. Help was a bolt of lightning. Help was 1,000 volts surging through my veins. Help is agony. I'd rather die. I wanted to scream. I'd rather you pulled your gun and shot me. But instead my mouth said, "Yes, Sheriff."
The Ferris wheel? Continually delayed by the incompetence of the builders. The problem is that they are locals, and so they believe a lot of the rumours about what Old Man Henderson used to do here. They grew up on these tales. Every time a boat comes loose or a wrench goes missing, those fools are crossing themselves against the black magic. Of course, that is why I chose this site over all the other potentials. Solomon Island is a nexus for dark energies, and the thought of all that power just dissipating beneath the earth here, it makes my skin crawl.
Callum, where did you go?
Huh?
So they are going to close this place down. Doesn't surprise me.
State Bureau of Fair Rights Inspection. State Inspection Report, September 22nd, 1980. Inspection result unsafe, closed the park. Inspectors' comments after touring the park, riding the rides, and viewing the startling number of incidents suffered here at the park. It is this inspector's opinion that Atlantic Island Park should be shut down until Nathaniel Winter complies with all safety regulations. While I understand that there is a sensitive political relationship between Mr. Winter and the Senator, I nevertheless suggest that such political considerations be set in condemning Atlantic Island Park. The rides at first glance appear well constructed and maintained, but the sheer number of incidents in the park during the last few years and during construction lead me to believe that there is something wrong at the base level of construction, Emily should close the park and fully investigate these flaws. To wit, here is a partial list of the fatalities in the park since opening only 2 years ago. Family of 3 killed when a roller coaster cart derailed. 14 separate incidents of broken bones and crushed ribs while riding the Octotron. 3 suicides from the top of the Ferris wheel. A child seriously injured on the escalator. Over a dozen children reported missing in the House of Horrors since its construction. They go missing in the... One report of a drowning in the Tunnel of Tales. The sheer volume of incidents means that it is my strongest recommendation that Atlantic Island Park be closed immediately. And of course, I'm about to go for a ride. On the Ferris wheel. Nice night.
People come into your life for a reason. Dad used to say that before Mom ran off. After that, he mostly just drank. Things were different for Don and I. When we met, I was sweeping the floor at Susie's diner. He came in with some workers, but he didn't try to flirt or cop a feel like the others. He just ordered a coffee and sat there, watching me. When my shift was over, he offered to walk me home. I don't know how to describe that walk. We talked and laughed and eventually kissed. It felt like love. It felt like a fairy tale. I can't tell you if Callum was made that night or one of the ones that followed. But I think it has to be that night. That one perfect night. Don and I moved in together, but then, well, he died. According to the supervisor, his safety harness failed when he was working on the top of the Ferris wheel. Don was there one moment, and then gone. Sometimes people leave your life for no reason. I was 3 months pregnant with Callum. Fairy tale fucking over.
Who's there? And he's gone. I wonder how fast this thing can go. That thing needs some WD-40. that's back that way. Oh, I'm on the other side of the bridge now, yeah. Gotta be this way then, I guess. Oh, a ticket. I like the way you can look down and actually see yourself walking along.
A lot of people idolize their children. You hear them talking about their kids and just the way they talk, their fucking voices make me want to vomit. My angel likes to read, and little Johnny is so good on the piano. Fuck those people! You give up 9 months of your life carrying them, you traumatize yourself giving birth to them, and then you spend the rest of your life as their slave. Wiping asses, mopping up piss, feeding them. Little life-sucking monsters who take and take and take until... we all go insane. Any parent who pretends otherwise is just dishonest. That's called choice supportive bias. I am honest. Callum really grinds my gears, and he owes me everything. Everything. It'd serve the little fuck right if I just abandoned him. Callum, where did you go?
He's watching you.
Don't be afraid.
Well, this is obviously the roller coaster.
I always wanted to ride this one. Never got around to do it before.
Yeah. Your kid's missing, so you just want to wander around going on all the fairground rides. Which makes a hell of a lot of sense. Ride the roller coaster. There he is
What
again.
do you want?
We need to talk about Callum.
What do you mean? What have you done to him?
That's insulting. You and your boy are everything that this place doesn't want. The antithesis of what we stand for.
Where is Callum?
The
I know.
poor child. He tried so hard to do what he was taught. He even left you a trail of breadcrumbs. But the park is just so hungry.
Tell me where my son is.
Not alone
Which
here.
has him now? Has both of you. No happy ending here, I'm afraid.
Just
Is that Mr. B?
leave me alone.
Fool. You always were.
He was there. What the hell? This is a hell of a ride. Where is he? He's not here. It works. The calculations and adjustments work. The transport and storage mechanisms seem to be flawless. What a wonderful day. If only these people knew what they were feeling. And so what if you people leave the park at the end of the day feeling dour? So what if the children are more scared than excited on the roller coaster? This could be the doorway to immortality, and such doorways open only to those who have the will to find the key.
Callum? Callum!
Oh, a flashlight.
The witch awaits. Come back!
And how do I use the flashlight?
I'm not playing anymore, Callum! I can help you, Callum. Callum has bruises on his arms, finger marks. Someone has been hurting him. I've asked him, demanded really, to know where he got the marks. But he doesn't want to answer me. Something has scared him into silence. He doesn't dare talk. He's been changing too. Something sinister lurks in the darkness behind his eyes. I catch him staring at me at odd moments. In the night, he tosses and turns and cries out words that I cannot understand. When I try to soothe him, he snaps and bites at my fingers. I think he wants to talk to me. I think he wants to tell me. But they are watching him every minute of every day. They are whispering to him in his sleep, changing him. They are taking my baby away from me. I can save him. And there will be pain. But I love him, and in the end, he will understand why.
Oh no, I've got a feeling I'll go the wrong way.
This isn't a game, Callum!
Mommy, I'm scared.
Callum, where are you?
Don't let him take me.
I'm not playing anymore, Callum!
Keep them away from me. again.
Laughing clowns.
The whole town was shocked by that one. Never found out who did it.
Whack a Jack. The management is not responsible for diseases contracted via the kissing booth.
Poor bastard. Who did this to him?
Oh, Jesus. I just about come down off the ceiling.
These are mine.
Not safe. '80s hype. Isn't it I before E except after C? Fear the bogeyman. Stop picking your nose then. He ain't gonna appear behind me again, is he? Phew, not this time. Hey?
Don't touch me.
Forgive me, Callum.
There isn't anything important in this letter.
Forgive me, Callum.
Follow the breadcrumbs.
Oh, God, no.
Um...
The park is a collage of contradictions all of its own. Millions of people die every year in car crashes, and the park has little cars designed specifically to simulate that action. Hear the children scream with joy. In the sideshow alley, you can walk away with 15 cents worth of mass-produced Chinese teddy bears, while a grinning carny pockets your hard-earned $5. And what secrets lie beneath the sullen waters of the lake? The tears of jilted lovers, the soiled condoms of illicit affairs, the clotted blood of the lonely suicide. And the face of the witch looms over it all. I've always despised her toothy grin and warty nose. I hate that sparkle in her weathered, watchful eyes. I think Callum is waiting for me. Inside.
Inside where?
Come back!
What are you scared of?
Well, that would be the House of Horrors, wouldn't it?
I can help you, Callum.
Loading. There's the flashlight. Atlantic Island Park has closed its gates. Oh, me. Whoa! You ass! Oh, a shadow over on the wall. That looks like him. There's bound to be a jump scare around here somewhere. No, stay on flashlight. Oh! Go! I did it. Okay. Nightmare Circus.
After they let me out, they gave me Callum back and sent me home with a handful of breadcrumbs. Home, bittersweet home. I barely recognized it. Where there had been color and light, there were shadows and regrets. Where there had been warmth, there was a bone-deep coldness that never went away. I tried my hardest to keep the ghosts at bay. Don, watching from the dusty corners while I tried to teach his son to read. My father, coldly assessing me and finding me lacking. I devoted myself to Callum, did the things that they told me. It will get better, they said. Every day will be a little better than the last. I'm in the woods now, lost and afraid. Things never got any better.
Disconnect notice. After multiple attempts to collect payment, we regret to inform you, there's a note from the power company, that your service has been disconnected or will be disconnected shortly. Please do the following. Make the payment listed on your last bill, and we can arrange a payment plan so that you can immediately be reconnected. If you believe that this is an error, call us on to discuss your options. If you are unable to make payment, please contact your local welfare office to discuss a placement for you and your loved ones. Winter in Maine is cold and brutal. Don't face it without electricity. A shocking true story, Hunger. On April 16th, 1846, a group of covered wagons began the 2,500-mile journey to California. Just 8 months later, they found themselves stranded in the Sierra Nevada mountains with very little to bite or sup. Examine baseball cap. A Rubik's Cube. The Voting. A solar flare has struck the Earth. Millions of people are uprooted from their homes. A young meteorologist searches desperately for a way to stop global overheating, and an exotic dancer named Chance O'Hara is the key to saving the world again. Shopping list. Milk, cheese, bread, butter. Oh yeah, I've got to get some of those. Corn, potatoes, apples, fish sticks. Remember, drop off Callum, electricity bill, fix faucet. A wrench. fridge. Water, wine, pieces of meat, apple. She ain't got no milk or Miss, as we agreed in our meeting today, we consider you fully recovered from your illness. This letter is official notification that you are considered soul, mind and body and may return to work at any time. Please note that you should discontinue any medication that you've been using and dispose of any remaining medicines. If you feel at any time that you are suffering a relapse, then please make contact with your local physician immediately. We wish you continued good health. Poltergeist. Oh, wonder if there's a bit of EVP in there. Letter, Lorraine. I received your letter and I'm quite surprised you ran off with your father all those years ago, then disappeared off the edge of the map, and then when I finally tracked you down, refused to answer any of my letters. And now you write to me asking for help. I have another family now and another life. Your father was a horrible man, and I regret the years that I wasted with him. I'm not ready to forgive you. Please don't contact me again. So the clock up there reads just before 9. Our inquiry into the estate of Mr. Donald Williams has been completed. We regret to inform you that the primary beneficiaries of his estate, including the life insurance settlement for accidental death, were listed as Rose Williams and Richard Williams of New York State, the deceased parents. Our agency made contact with Mr. and Mrs. Williams and explained your situation, especially as regards the birth of Donald's son, Callum. Unfortunately, they were not receptive of our overtures, and they specified that without any legal proof of a biological relationship, they consider you ineligible to receive any of the monies from Donald's estate. They have asked that we no longer contact them regarding this matter. I understand that this may have a negative impact on your current financial situation, and I hope that I'm not being too forward when I enclose the bill for our services with this letter. Emergency services, date of committal, date of discharge. Including electroconvulsive therapy. The patient responded in, this is the 1970s, made a rapid recovery. Aftercare recommendations, weekly follow-up with the local physician, mood stabilizers, lithium-based. open the door. Okay, this looks familiar. Nightmare Circus. Take 2 tablets by month or by mouth in the morning, then 1 tablet whenever you have an episode. That's different to what was written on the back of the previous book. There's no television set. Oh, it's Callum.
What have you done with him?
Shopping list. Milk, cheese, bread, butter, corn, potatoes, apples, fish sticks. Zolift prescription. Remember, take the pills. Follow up with Dr. Spencer. Organise babysitter for Callum. Hey, you can examine the wine. Oh, the TV's in here.
Mother duck said quack, 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 quack. But no little ducks came back.
Well, that's unnerving. Didn't run away, Dad took me. It's been printed across the top of this. Thought I saw something. Yeah. Same notice. Weird. WD-40. Yes, it's repeating. Hey! Different stuff written on the back every time. Baseball cap's got blood on it now.
That's the way it goes. And old fans, new fans, any fans, old fans. When it for that goes there with that. I know your fans are fluffy. Look. But beautiful sound, the new sound, people. And then, there she is. You'll have the greatest time in your life. 606. 56.
What the hell is going on? Oh, I forgot. Clock's the same, just before 9. Oh. Here we go again. Down the corridor. Rubik's Cube. Her cry. Bye bye. Her lie. Her why. Say bye bye. See her try. You're too young to be drinking wine yet. My two best friends, Dawn and Nora. can't say. Matters changed a bit. As we agreed in our meeting today, we consider you to be batshit fucking insane. Let's be clear, you are in no way sound of mind and body, and you are a danger to everybody around you. Please note that your only escape from this should be drugs. A shitload of them. Smoking, snorting, oral, intravenous, take them any way you can, and as often as you can. That shit can only make your life better. In case there was any doubt, you are suffering a relapse and nobody really cares. Nobody can help you now. Don't fuck this up. Dr. Spock. Weird. Weird. Somewhere different.
Stories are told again and again, and from their shape we build our understanding of the world. Two children are led into the woods. They are lost for a time, but then are captured by an old witch. A child goes missing in Atlantic Island Park. He wanders lost for a time before finding his way into the mouth of an old witch. In the oldest version of this story, the mother and the witch were the same person. I never wanted to be the witch. But I am, aren't I?
Nice relaxing music considering what's just happened. It's Hansel and Gretel.
Callum? 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 Callum!
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Roll the credits. Rather strange game.